gonna be here. I was just letting you know.
All right, here we go. What's going on, everybody? I do not like that glare. Hi, everybody. Welcome to an all new episode of the DTI Takeover Show here on Total Praise Radio. I am your host, Miss Kayla. I am here, as always. Y'all know what I like to do. I like to shine light and spotlight awesome entrepreneurs and business owners around the world, right? So, this beautiful young lady who's with us today, she is going to let you guys know who she is, what she does. We've had the pleasure of meeting her, and I can't wait to introduce her to you all. So let's get right on into it. I have Genesis here with us. She is the owner of G3 Administrative Solutions. Jen, the admin. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So before we get into the good stuff, right? Let everybody know a little bit about yourself.
Okay, great. Well, hey everybody that's watching. I hope you guys have had a great Monday thus far. I am Genesis Maple, and I am a young entrepreneur. I am the eldest daughter and child. So I kind of carry big sis role. I have two younger brothers, and that's it. I don't have no sisters, so I'm surrounded by boys with the family, and I'm the oldest, so it's a great mixture. You can only imagine. So everyone's like an adult now, so that's kind of cool to kind of see how we're all like
how you raised your babies.
how we've all evolved, and we're all doing our own thing now. So that's just really kind of cool. And we all live in different spaces. So so that's just really cool. And what else do I love coffee. I am obsessed with coffee. I was trying to get a coffee, but before I got in traffic, I was trying to get one. It was just too much. I didn't have one today, so I'm kind of like, but tomorrow I will be on my coffee game for sure. I'm just somebody that really just loves to have a good time. I love productivity. I love organization. I love planning. I love strategy. I love events, and I love just like really seeing people come together for a common goal. And that's just kind of like who I am as a person. I love to see like people's visions and dreams like just come to life, like in whatever capacity that is. If I'm involved, I'm not involved, like I just love to see it. Like I love to see people like not just talk, but like they're actually about it. Like that is great. And I am a friend. I'm a daughter. I'm a friend. I am a leader at church. I serve very heavily at my church. And so I just am kind of like, just like the person that I'm really a relational person. So I like to build relationships and really, just like pour into people and allow people to pour into me as well. So that's a little bit about me. Graduated college in COVID.
Wow. That's a feat. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
COVID,
congratulations.
Oh, thank you. 2020, did not get to walk across the stage or those types of things. So I've had some loss, some grievances in my life, and so that's about me.
Yeah, well, even though you didn't get the ceremony, you still got the degree.
Yes, I did. I worked for it.
You worked for it. At the end of the day, you still mission accomplished.
Yes.
Mission accomplished. I get it. She said, guys, she loves organization, productivity. She likes events. You like everything that a lot of people shy away from.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I have my moments too. I'm like, I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
I get it. We need more people like you, Jen. That's why you're Jen the admin. It makes sense. Perfect sense. So that's nice. So how is it like being a big sister of two boys?
It's really interesting because like they don't remember things, or they don't put detail into things. Like as a woman, you're just kind of like, well, why didn't you like they didn't answer. So like, why didn't you call them back? Like, so I left them responsible for this Mother's Day. I left them responsible for calling the place and just making the reservation.
Gotcha.
That's how long it took them to do that.
2 weeks.
3. 3 weeks. When I could have done that in one day. But I was like, okay, let me, because I'm the planner. I'm always the one that does everything. And I'm like, they need to learn some form of responsibility. And like, they're not doing anything. I mean, they're working. I'm just saying, like, outside of their work.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, they can contribute. So this could be a team effort.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just kind of trying to work as like a team and not, like rely a lot on me. But it took both of them to do one thing that I could have done in one day, 3 weeks. So I think that explains my
I got you.
sisterhood. But yeah, they call because my mom also is bi-coastal. Like she lives also in Ghana. And so right now she's been home though. This is the longest she's been home. So like before then, my youngest brother was calling me a lot, you know, for different things, money. You know, he was like graduating high school, so like he hadn't started working yet.
Aww.
For money, and you know, he gets a yes out of me every time. I'm like yes. And my other brother, he's a little bit more like established. He's a barber, so
okay, good.
He's into that, and his girlfriend's a hairstylist, so
okay,
you know, they're doing good, and he's got his groove going.
Good.
So he doesn't call as much, but my youngest brother, you know, he was at the time, but now he's got a job and he's, you know, grooving. I think he has a girlfriend now. So, you know, things are evolving for us. But yeah, no, it's like I said, the dynamics have definitely changed since now that everybody's like, you know, an adult.
Got you. That's cool. That's awesome. All right, Jen. So the reason that we're here, right? G3 Administrative Solutions. You gotta tell us how this even started.
Okay. It's a long story. So from like a little girl, I just always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Like I saw that for myself. It was like very evident to me. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I just knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Like I would sell candy at church, like candy boxes, and like that's where I kind of learned like, you know, profit loss, and you know, going to a vendor, we would go to GFS and buy the candy boxes, and that was like my first experience with like money and entrepreneurship. So I wish I did it more now that I look back on it.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, so I did that for a minute, and then I just kind of stopped and was like, you know, I mean, but anytime we have fundraisers or anything, like I was the one that always had the most, like whatever it was. And my mom and my dad were very heavy in sales. Like they were always selling, like, you know, like those, like, I don't know, you heard of like Metaluca or like Prepaid Legal or like just all these other companies that they were like, you know, sales in. So I saw them sell. I saw them where they would host things at our house, and you know, and have food and stuff to get people to sign up for these programs and stuff. And so they did pretty good for themselves. You know, at one point we was, you know, they won a trip to Mexico, and we had a nanny, you know, come and watch us. So not sure kind of what happened after that, but that was like my experience when it came to like entrepreneurship and sales. And when I got to college, before my senior year of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to go to school for, but everybody was like encouraging me to go to school. And my dad had actually passed away when I was 13, but he wanted me to go to college. That was like really big for him. He had actually bought me an ACT book. I didn't even know what the ACT was. And so he bought me a book and was like, you need to learn this, you need to practice, you need to start because you're going to college. And I believe like I really honestly went to honor like what he wanted. I didn't really know I was getting myself into because I was not an academic person. I invested in my social life.
Yep.
In high school, I was the girl, I was a social girl, but school, I didn't care about school. And so I didn't know what I wanted to go to college for. And so I took a career test that they make us take. And one of the things was like a communication specialist. It was like my second one. It was like a lawyer or communication specialist. And I was like, I want to be a lawyer, like ick. And it just, I didn't want to be a lawyer. And then so I looked up the communication specialist, and what stood out to me is that it said that you are like the middle person. You're the messenger between the consumer and the producer. And I was like, cool. Like I always am communicating with other people. Like, so I just thought it fit. So when I got to school, I picked the program or the major of advertising and public relations.
Gotcha.
And so that was kind of the field I was going in. So I learned a lot of things in communication and business. And as time evolved, I just really thought that was all I was going to do.
Yeah.
Then this one day I had came home from school. We were like on a break or something, and I was at church. This guy came up to me at church. He was like, what are you going to school for? And I was like, advertising and public relations. And he was like, well, I want to be your first client. And he was like, I'm going to help you. Set up a meeting with him, and he's the one who got me like my LLC, my EIN, my logo, all of that. He set me up, all that stuff. And so by the time I left school, I already had those kind of things established. And I was already kind of walking into what my services were going to be and things of that nature. So at that point, I had learned that I had a passion for events. Like I just loved the planning and the things like that. So I was like on school. I went to a small Christian college near Jackson. It's called Spring Arbor University.
I've heard. Okay.
Part of the school. And so I was the director of spiritual life. And so my role for 2 years. And so my role was to cultivate spiritual events on campus so that people could grow in their spiritual life.
Okay.
And so I did that for 2 years. And so I was planning events for the school and for the campus and different things like that. And that's kind of like where it all kind of started.
Yeah.
And it's evolved since then. But that's like the basis of like, whoa, okay, like it started in my college dorm. It started in my college dorm. And, just to kind of see where it is now, it's like, man, okay, like this was the dream.
That's good. Shout out to people at the village. I take anybody that's around you, that you're surrounding, people at your church, for even seeing you and being like, you know what, I'm going to help and get you started. So like you're a few steps ahead of what you would have been had you had just did the whole college thing and then come out and then do the LLC and didn't do all the other stuff. So that's pretty dope. So now what are the services that you offer?
Okay, great. That's a great question. So my services have changed dramatically since I started. But today my services are 3. I have 3 services, and they are event and project management. The second one is virtual assistance. So that helps with businesses behind the scenes, doing some tasks, all virtually. And it can range from like data entry, email marketing, calendar management, to a slew of whole other things. And then the third one is systems and strategies, where we kind of look at your business from a systematic standpoint, and we are like really pulling it apart or like building it up, where you're able to really have like your processes, your policies, your procedures, like those, your work manuals, those types of things. Like if you're really building a business and not just like a hobby or like a hustle, but like an actual business where you'll actually, hire people in to do these things. So that's what I do. And then I have a planner. I have a planner. Here it is right here. This is my planner. It's called the My Life is Busy Planner. And it's full of, all kinds of stuff.
Big planner too.
Yes, it's 200 pages, and it has weekly layouts. So every week is like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like your habit tracker, notes, your priorities, your personal priorities, your work priorities, gratitude, what a box for gratitude, what you're grateful for. And it has affirmations, self-care checklists, things on how to achieve your goals,
That's nice.
board, and like a 2025 overview, holidays. And so it's pretty loaded, and it has notes in the back, stickers in the back, and a monthly budget in the back too.
Yes, you're gonna cover everything.
Yes.
You're gonna cover everything. I love that.
Thank you.
That's for purchase.
Yes, these are available for purchase. I actually am doing like a Mother's Day gift box.
Okay.
So they're like $50, and you get the planner, a notepad. Here, I'll show you guys. A notepad. You get a pen, a highlighter, and it's called She Plans, She Prospers. So like if you were actually giving it, and it comes in an actual box here, like a gift box.
Oh, that's nice.
So it comes in this gift box, and if you are giving it away to somebody, you could like write them like a note and stuff right there at the bottom.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty. So, how does do you work with all kind of businesses, no matter where they are in their
Yes.
or in their? I guess it's wherever they are. So either it's a startup or somebody that's kind of been out here for a while, but they need some help, or they
Yes. So I work with startups with capital, because they're going to need to have that funding to fund what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because we're going to dabble, like, because you're also not just paying like for like my company. There's other things like, we're going to get involved in,
Yeah.
and you're going to need. So you definitely have to have capital if you're a startup. If you're, a more established business, or you're seeing traction come in, then most definitely, I'm not, just where you are. Let's see where we can fit in. That's also where I'm at too. So let's see what we can do. But yes, that's a great question. I do work with a lot of businesses and nonprofits organizations.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Awesome. So Jen, the admin, how does one book your services? How do they go about that?
Okay, great question. So what I have is a link. I can hold on. Can I put it in a chat and it'll come up?
I believe you should have a comment
right here. Okay, I see it. So if you guys click this link, it'll prompt up a couple other things. And what you can do is click on the discovery call, and you can book a discovery call with me if you fill out the form, and it's right there on the link. It's going to be the first one, and it's completely free. And you just fill out the link, and we get started.
Cool.
Yes.
I love it. So for those of you who don't know, G3 Administrative Solutions is also a proud sponsor of our upcoming pre-Mother's Day, the Love Challenge Conference /brunch, which is this Saturday, May 10th from 1 to 4. We are going to be in Midtown at the International Institute of Metro Detroit, located on 111 East Kirby, Detroit, 48202, I believe. So you guys, tickets are on sale for that. Get you a program. You'll see Jen's business featured in there as well. How can people follow you on social media?
Yes, you can find me mostly on Jen the Admin, or Genesis Maple will come up on any platform.
All right. Well, y'all heard it here first on Total Praise Radio. Thank you for being a guest with us today. We truly appreciate it. And thank you for being a sponsor as well.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And I'm excited about your event.
Thank you. So until next time, everybody, it's your girl, Miss Kayla. This is Total Praise Radio. Oh, you got to buy tickets. I definitely need to drop that for this event this Saturday, May 10th. You can call 313-217-1588 or 313-880-7853 to get your tickets. All right. Y'all heard it here on Total Praise Radio. We signing out.